This is Jacqueline, and this video will be blog type to avoid mistakes like in the past where external noises did affect the project, even with AirPods I was using. So, well, this is something that makes me nervous because I do not follow a script as such, but rather I guide only of the size that I should play and how it relates to the topics and how it relates to the topic that I chose to tread more freely. I really believe that in this way I can express and make use of what I have learned, practice it. Based on the title, it is basically an account of what has been my year. This year is so chaotic for the world in general, and just 2 weeks, almost 12 days after dismissing him. So at the beginning of this, it was so normal, all normal. It was my boarding school, so parentheses in the process of the trainee, the doctors, approximately 2 years, you dedicate yourself to everything theoretical. The third year are classes in clinics and independencies by specialties. So the 4 year in or in Emerita University is designated for the pre-internship, leaving the 5th year of the career to boarding school and the 6th year your social service. In my case, closing the parentheses, in my case I was in the last stage of my internship, a few months away from saying goodbye, January. So for me it was fun that month. I rotated through pediatrics and I was having great time between toys and cartoons. Yeah, I'm in the camp, so are many noise of the cars running out. And well, I've in February was a hard month because that month slapped me with great me with the loss of one of the persons I have loved the most in my life. So my grandfather is my pillar, and it was the impetus for me to continue in this career. I have been slow to recover, and I do not want to resign myself, but it has made me to rethink many objectives. And it was a very sore month for me and for my family. March, it was boring in a operating room because I have asthma, and the pandemic touched Mexico. So that month I have to rotate to the trauma specialty, and it was only in the operating room. I was not mentally in the mood, so I enjoyed it a little. April, May, June, and July went unnoticed for me. Between paperwork for the next semester and extra activities to keep me busy and not overthink, August received me with motivation a little bit because I'm starting in a community near Kokula, which in turn is near of the family's country house and can also visit the cemetery where my grandfather is. And then next month, September, gave me the opportunity of a new plan at the age of 24. Now I'm 24. Thinking about paperwork to qualify was something that I had not clearly contemplated, and to be honest, I was um, overwhelmed by the idea. Until then, I trained. I think then my train seemed to be back on track. Requests for documents and courses for curriculum and other for personal productivity. They did not stress me so much. Although it is true, this period has been tedious for me do the paperwork than it in place. Secretary, health secretary here in Jalisco have many platforms for monitor everything, daily, weekly, monthly. The university check us each 3 months. In addition to the patient care, being in charge of being responsibly for a health center is something that I really overwhelms me. So October October is one of my favorite months because it is the beginning of one of my favorite seasons, and I feel that these months really renew my battery. They resent me and help me reflect. I adapted to many new things and allow me to rethink other possibilities. I'll try. It is true. It is true that this season is which I am most vulnerable to health due to my allergies, and but I really enjoy spending time with my uncle in the cornfields on horseback. Was something I missed a lot, and now I'm here too. I really enjoyed this. So November was not very different. I organized my days better. I resumed all routines, like doing yoga in the mornings, practicing violin in the afternoons. Plus, Disney Plus bring me up my days more than Netflix had done. Others, I postponed other kind of routines I used to do. I postponed it, then like I used to train the skirmish or go swimming. Now, in the middle of this month, I reflected. I achieved what I have proposed. So, actually, most of the things I proposed, I have complete. So, one of them was my patience. Try to be more patient, be more tolerant, like now, and try not to course so much. That when I failed, but it was proposed for the following year. Try to not say many bad words. And another was completing my internship year well, and my grades were more than I good. I really surprised because I get A plus in everything, and I did not expect it. I was really surprised because despite so many ups and downs, my performance was not affected. So, but my mental health did decrease a lot. After February, my anxiety attacks were very constant. My insomnia worsened. So these months, having taken up things like my violin and spending more time with my pets, or um, sorry, I'm battled out. I have a fart brain. I don't know why. My pets and to ride have really improved me faster. Not entirely already, but I think that if I stay in this rhythm, the remaining time of the month and the next year, you can have me without many problems. So, with each count of the year, I like to visualize the past as the last day. It is somewhat crudely, but I think at the beginning of my day, every day, like it was my last. That helps me. It can help you too. At the least, it allows me to value my time more. So if today were the last of my year, the last day of my life, I would not say that it was a good year for me. It was tragic and chaotic, but well, it was like someone once said, no, like life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. So I really think sometimes not all our storms come to the store. Some come to clear and clean everything. But be miserable or motivate yourself, whatever has to be done, it is always your choice, your decision, no? I really I really think that. So in Christmas festivities in my maternal family, they have the tradition, it is to make like a wish each at the bed of the childhood. So we don't give us gift at us or for after the dinner, and not because of the distancing. um, and for this year I think my pace of my mind and health will be the purity I wish for my next year. So I wish too this pandemic will end, and not because of the distancing. I'm overwhelmed by the huge financial problem with which our community or country will end. That is really problematic, and that's something I think a lot, because now I'm kind adult, so I have my money and I have to spend money in things I really care, like my plans for the next year. As that proposes for the next year, first is my Senegal exam between January, February. It is for the titling process. Start the producers for the national exam and all the paperwork for it. Also that I finish with the procedures of that. For this mine, in the middle of March, my service, I have to leave unread me in July, sorry. And for September, I really have in plan the exam of the specialty for this medical specialty. So that's an arm. And my plan B will be to go all the way to July, but there is nothing graded for the moment. To I dismissed him, and I received 2021 with expectation, the desire to fulfill these plans, and more than anything, with the hope that they will come out as plan A. I have like following step to step very clear and checking everything. I guess it will be too much, right? Not everything perfect, but it's nothing right. So on the way we will see how it's going. So yeah, in these horn files, uh, very clear to the um, this character. So it's many noise, but it's more peaceful at the last. So yeah, that was what I write at all here, and I guess I take at all the topics. So that's everything for me. I guess it was my talking about my year and my project, and I really hope that was interesting to saw, even through the sounds of the cars. But it's very well so in here. I'm gonna show you this run. There are the corn files. I am. So yeah, this is everything, and bye.